If there ain't milk, I ain't doing it, honey.
What's going on, guys? I don't know
What's
how
up,
you
man?
keep topping yourself, but the fourth season is incredible. So thank you for your time.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
Have you seen the whole thing?
I saw the whole thing.
Wow, nice.
Okay, great.
Is it just me, or have you guys also had, if you see something, say something, just stuck in your head on a loop?
If you see something. I've had that since 2001, man. I travel a lot, so it's ingrained.
Bro, I've been humming it for days now. I hate it so much. Now that we're 4 seasons deep, no pun intended, but what's been your absolute favorite what the moment on the show thus far?
God, probably season 3, the opener, right? I mean, with the gigantic urethra and the penis scene with the Ant-Man, or what's his name? Termite, yes. That for me, reading that in the script was definitely the biggest what the moment. I mean, yeah.
That was pretty surreal. I gotta say though, in season 3, the Herogasm episode in general,
Yeah.
even though I actually read it on the page and I was like, I felt like I needed to just I felt soiled, like I needed a shower after reading it. But when I saw it, actually, when I saw what had been done and how it had been done, actually, I was like kind of blown away that it worked. It was great. It was really enjoyable. It wasn't, I mean, it was pretty out there, let's face it, but there was a lot of like story going through it. My prudishness was overcome by like, wow, congrats, you nailed it.
Anthony, fans noticed that you and James Gunn started following each other on social media. Now there's all these rumors you're joining DC and playing Booster Gold. So my question is, I just want to know if you're even interested in playing a superhero who isn't addicted to breast milk.
No, me and James just play golf.
Perfect.
If there ain't milk, I ain't doing it, honey. No, it's listen, I think he's amazing. I cannot wait to see what he does with the DC universe. I think he's a phenomenal director, producer, talent. He's just, he's one of the biggest brains in the industry. So I'm excited to see what he cooks up.
No, I love everything that he does. Chace, I think the Deep, Wolverine, and Thor are the only sleeveless superheroes. So how much pressure is it to keep the guns looking good with the Deep's costume?
Oh God, you're right. They really did back me in a corner on that one. You know what I mean? I'm lucky. I have like a pretty good schedule. It's consolidated, so I can get in there and do it. But I put it on myself, really. I kind of set the bar high. Season 1, I really wanted to like do a certain thing, and I'm like, shit. Now I got to try and do it every season. So yeah, I do get in the gym a little bit.
It's not a bad thing though to be healthy and fit. And
no, it's not. But I definitely you definitely think about
There's worse things.
Yeah, for sure. I'm like, that guy's doing buys and tries like 6 days a week.
It's a 6 days a week, not just buys and tries, but yeah, I do get in the gym and ride the bike and everything. So it does give me a reason to like, a little carrot on the stick to kind of focus on before we start filming. So.
Yeah, he bench presses me before we do things.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Like I said, I just love this season. You guys keep topping yourself. It's amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Bye, guys. Guys, this is, I love talking to you. You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I don't know how you guys keep topping yourself either, but I mean, this is like my favorite show. You guys are, I'm not even joking, incredible. Has anybody else had, if you see something, say something stuck in their heads on a loop?
Wait, what?
No, you know what I have? Wait, have you watched the whole season?
Yes, I've watched it.
No, my favorite is what the ice skating, the Christmas song.
Oh, okay.
What is it? Put the Christ back in Christmas. Let's put the Christ back in Christmas.
So brilliant.
They used real ice skaters.
They did.
That scene.
Yeah,
and
professional.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
I
You
think
guys
they're
were
like
there, right?
nationally ranked. Like I think
Yeah.
in the ice skating community,
Which
you
our
would know
show,
them.
like Kripke would be like,
It's
get that
fantastic.
granular to hire the best.
No, so that song's in my head. if I'm being
love
honest.
that
That's the one.
Oh my
Yeah, I've been humming it for days. I hate it so much. Now that we're 4 seasons deep, what's your all-time favorite what the moment from the show?
Oh, I love it every time Laz encounters Love Sausage. At the risk of making him really angry at me, I love you, Laz. But like seeing that in front of my eyes was just such a delight.
It
I
is.
love that.
No, he's
I know.
Oh God, I was like, Karen,
Loves it.
Laz is all about that.
He loves it.
We want the world to know.
Yeah.
He requests it.
He wants it every day.
No, he doesn't.
Laz
We're being horrible. Poor
Yeah.
Laz. What else? What's another moment?
I will say Rob has a really crazy sequence. And,
You love watching it though?
I don't know if I love watching that.
I mean, you can destigmatize.
No, that one was a little rough.
Yeah, I think you do.
I mean, the opening of the show I always love. It just like A-Train, just like
Oh, that's a brilliant. moment.
that's fantastic.
And then
Just
Jack
visually.
played that so
So
brilliant.
great.
Like,
Yeah, sets the tone.
oh
Yeah.
wow, that's so
Whale.
Damn.
Whale is always fun.
Well,
Not
to
fun.
shoot,
Sorry,
too.
not fun.
No, super fun.
But like
so fun.
intense.
I loved it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but season 6 or episode 6 was like an all-timer for me. I was like, oh my God.
wait, which
I
Episode 6
laughed
is
so
Dungeon.
hard that whole episode.
Oh my god.
I completely
it's
forgot
funny
about that.
numerically. I
Poor
forget
Jack.
which one.
Poor Jack.
Oh yeah. I love that. Like, there's that moment where we're trying to torture him, and we realize we can't because that's literally what turns him on. And we're like,
Oh yeah.
what do? We
So
donate
funny.
money to charities.
Yeah,
that's
that was amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah, he's
so
great.
funny,
Love
yeah.
him.
Now, this season, Starlight's trying to distance herself from her superhero persona. So, was there anything about Annie January that you were surprised to learn during this process?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I feel like that's kind of what's going to make this season hopefully meaningful for her. In other words, like the element of surprise, I keep saying this is not arbitrary, it's earned, right? She's going through this existential identity crisis, and it's like, yeah, the woman has earned this moment in her life, but the audience is going to think that, and none of us think that when we're going through it. So that in itself was very interesting for me to read, and hopefully will be, make people feel less alone if they're going through it. But the entire everything was a surprise in the best way possible. And I love that they keep adding these flaws and fallibilities to a character that ultimately, in my mind, make her more endearing, more appealing to play, more appealing to watch. And it's just, to me, the most surprising part was when I have a moment with Firecracker, where she reveals a part of my past where I was a bully. And that was like, that for myself as Erin was something that I had to transcend. Like, oh, I was a bully in my past, and I did that. And there's a reason why I did that, because my mom was doing this and this and that. I love that moment because that to me is the most unambiguous, malicious moment we've seen her exemplify. Everything else has been with a good intention. I love that they add those little bits in.
Yeah, it was great. I actually loved that
That was
component
most
was in
surprising.
mid-season too. I was like,
scenes.
Yeah, it's like
your character.
Yeah. It was the
Yeah.
first time that I, as Erin, was like,
and you
oh,
need that for those
you
characters
do.
who are kind of like beacons of hope.
yeah.
The season.
Yeah.
Relatable as well.
Yeah, because I feel like we lack self-forgiveness or self-compassion, then we could become worse people. If we watch
Yeah.
someone who's good make that big of a mistake,
Yeah.
we can then maybe enact
Yeah.
some sort
Compassion.
of So that,
No, I think that was a great example. I mean, it's such a good reminder of, hurt people. So, guys,
Exactly.
I cannot explain to you enough how amazing I think you all are. Thank you so much for your time.
you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Have a good one.
Hi, Erik. Dude, The Boys is my favorite show right now, and episode 6 is an all-timer. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
So, now that we're like 4 seasons deep, what's your absolute favorite what the moment on the show so far?
I mean, there's so many. I'll say this season, since you brought it up, there's a couple moments in episode 6 that are like definitely the ones that make me like cover my mouth the most. Almost everything that happens in the tech cave is truly stunning. And I'll never eat German chocolate cake again. And then at the very end with, Firecracker and Homelander, that I just cannot believe we got away with that.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I love it so much. And now, obviously, there are some nods to the events in Gen V in this season of The Boys. And again, it's so hard to talk without spoilers, so I'm really trying hard. But do you expect the events of season 4 to affect the second season of Gen V in any way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's this sort of seismic change at the end of season 4, and sort of nothing in the world is going to be the same. Or as I put it, if Trump is elected. And so that would inevitably sort of affect the world of going around Godolphin University, but also this evolution of how superheroes are really seeing themselves. Yeah. So all of that will affect the story of Gen V, but hopefully not so much that you need to watch The Boys to get it. I never want it to feel like homework. And
no, I thought you did a great job with that, even in this season. Now, the show is brutal about skewering entertainment and politics. I think it's the best satire on television. Why do you feel like this is so important in today's landscape?
Well, I mean, look, we happened to luck into a show that was about celebrities trying to be authoritarians. And I was handed that material by Garth Ennis. It's not like I came up with that idea, but I happened to have I don't know if you call it luck, but to have a story that was about the exact moment we were living in. And so I felt an obligation to really chase that as far as I could. And as the world gets scarier and weirder and crazier, then so does the show.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time, man. I really can't tell you how impressed I am by the show, how much I love it, and how you guys just keep topping yourselves. So thank you.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I apologize in advance. It's going to be so crazy hard to not talk about spoilers, but this season is amazing, and you all did such an awesome job. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So, first question, now that we're 4 seasons deep, what's your all-time favorite, just what the moment from this show?
It's
hard to choose.
Yeah. One of my favorites, I'll say, is still that classic moment when A-Train runs through Huey's girlfriend. It was so shocking. It set such a precedence for like the kind of world that we were entering into, and it's been such a touchstone for all the craziness that's come out. So it's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a great one.
I think the whale. The whale's pretty what the the things we do to animals on this show.
What about you, Colby?
Colby.
I gotta say, like, I know that they really started off season 3 with a banger with that giant explosion. It just is so up and brilliant that they thought of that. Like, only the writers' room of The Boys would think about that being like a cocaine sneeze inside somebody's. I don't know. It's just very specially The Boys,
Colby, exactly. Dude, this is a fun question. Exactly how does someone call another person a grubby little sniffer and keep a straight face?
I think that's the beauty of The Boys, is that we have to say such crazy shit all the time that, like, it doesn't. That's another day at work. You know what I mean? Also, what's fun is like all kinds of other stuff that that is on that level of just disgusting, that we can then throw in as another ad lib line,
Yeah. Now, Valorie, Firecracker is like just such a master at weaponizing politics. Were there any particular like real life people that you modeled her after?
I mean, I have no lack of options. And a close read will find that quite a lot of dialogue was lifted from certain elected officials. But as a character, no, honestly, I tried actually not to base her on anyone specific in terms of like her persona, her speech, or whatever. She's very much her own beast, and leaning more into sort of her history, her past with, pageants and probably mud wrestling gators at some point for money, I feel like it's definitely part of her backstory. Letting her be her own monster, honestly, rather than the parody would be so easy. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be easy to lose the character in parody.
Amazing. Well, guys, like I said, thank you for your time. The show is amazing, and Colby, God, episode 6 is an all timer. I laughed so hard. I love it so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.